Steve, that one was hard to bear.
Yeah, it was really disappointing. Disappointing result, really. But to be honest with you, second half performance with the ball, disappointing. Constantly invited them on by not being able to string passes together. Really not good enough on the ball. The manner in which the goals went in, we could consider ourselves slightly unlucky. I think when you watch the penalty again, Ben's, I'm not sure I'd hit his arm in the first place, but what he was doing was his arms were just in a running action. So when you're 2 yards away, I don't know where you're supposed to put them. I don't really know that rule very well now, because
it's that all unnatural position, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's running. He's not raised it. He's running. Second goal, obviously, marking wasn't very good, and but I think Caden was about to clear it as somebody got a touch. So, but on the whole, they're a very good side. Chester, they created a lot. They've got one of the standout players in the league, I think, Declan Weeks, and in the second half he got more and more into the game. But we looked dangerous on the counter. I thought Cedric was excellent today. But as I say, I think on looking back at the game, did we do enough to win it? Probably not.
Great first half though. Lovely goal by Will McGowan to give us that encouragement and something to hang on to up to half time.
Yeah, but it was really important that we didn't have the mentality of hanging on. I think when you're coming out and you need 4 wins out of 4, we have to go and try and take the game by the neck again second half. And I'm not sure we dominated first half, but we were a lot more assured. We were a lot calmer on the ball. I just think as the second half wore on, I was looking for that little bit of calmness, which wasn't really there today. So yeah, that's the disappointing thing. I know we've not really done ourselves justice with the ball at our feet.
We nearly nicked the second one though, wasn't it? A lovely ball by Scott Barrow, and Cedric almost managed to steal that one inside the post. And maybe 2-0 at half time, that would have given them a hell of a lot to think about.
It would, and they come at us, and which they did anyway. They come at us, and you'd have hoped that would have been good enough to exploit that. It was a great ball. And Cedric nearly got in again at the end, and the handball was given again. So, what we try to work on. We got in 3 or 4 times, but as I say, it was only the one goal. We've just had a few sort of hard words in the dressing room, because that was a cup final for us, and as I say, the sort of last half an hour, I thought we needed to be much better.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's 8 points behind the playoffs now, so again we're still in this position around to win all our games, aren't we? And crossing our fingers.
Yeah, I think it's obviously everybody's hope, but I think what we looked at this season was just trying to improve massively. I think we were showing a similar pattern to what Chester did last season. I was speaking to their manager before the game. I think last season they just missed out because of maybe a lack of goals, maybe that lack of a bit of calmness. And they've improved on that hugely this season. That's got to be, if we don't make the playoffs this year, that's got to be our aim. We've got to hugely improve on the quality and the composure in and around the box. We've been solid enough defensively, but we have leaked goals. Although I will say again, today's were really unlucky. But we were fantastically well supported here on a nice day, and we as I said earlier, it was a bit of a cup final for us, and as I say, we fell short today, which is really disappointing. And thank the fans for coming down. I know that it's not the journey that they want to them, but we've got 3 games now. We'll obviously try and win them all, because that's the way that Terry set out with a mentality, but there'll also be a lot of chances now to have a look at next season, and who really wants to be part of this journey, and there's three games to prove that. There's 3 very, very winnable games, so we want to go out on as high points total as possible and see what comes with the rest.